Hello, Wesley Matthews Elementary School students. I'm very excited to be here for your career day virtually. And I'm sorry my video is not on. I'm just getting over a pretty nasty cold, so I'm starting to feel a little bit better. But my video is off for now, but I'm really excited to share with you what I do for a living. So let's get started. My company is called STEAM City Kids. I am the founder, and my name is Andrea Scahill. And what we do is we inspire children throughout South Florida since 2006. We work with students from preschool up to 8th grade, and we travel to their school to provide in-school field trips. So instead of going to a museum or another location and riding a bus someplace for the day, we bring the experience to the classroom. And this is just a little information about me. I am the proud founder of STEAM City Kids, and I explained it on the last slide. I have 10 years in entrepreneurship, 14 years in presenting, 3 years in teaching, 1 year as a university curriculum specialist. Oh, actually, I think that's 2 years now. And my education, I have an MBA and also a BA. And I think one of the most interesting things on this is that I'm the founder of the Office Fan Tours. So if you are a huge fan, like I am, of the TV show The Office, when I still lived in Scranton, Pennsylvania during my undergrad, I started a tour in just for Office fans because they were coming to Scranton. So I started a tour for everyone. I got to meet everyone from the show. It was really exciting. And here are my 4 main job titles. So number 1, I'm an entrepreneur in STEM education enrichment. Number 2, I am a STEM presenter. Number 3, I'm a STEM presentation consultant. And number 4, I am also an entrepreneurship coach for girls, for teenage girls, and also young women. So here's a few facts, FAQs about me. I work with quite a bit of students. I see thousands of students every year. And here are some of the questions I get pretty often. And also when I was teaching, I was seeing questions I would receive. So let me go through these questions very, very quickly so we can get to the rest of the slides. If you have an additional question, please feel free to ask your teacher, and your teachers are welcome to email me. So first one is, I'm 36 years old with my MBA, and I'm now looking into paid PhD programs in entrepreneurship. My biggest struggle and blessing is my ADHD. I was diagnosed finally last year and hope that I can help students to embrace their differences. Each one of you is so unique and special. And actually my ADHD, in terms of my business, it's really a special superpower. It helps me to focus on many different things at once. It helps me to be creative, stand out. It helps me with my presentation skills. But there are also some struggles that I have to learn how to work through as well. Now, I taught 2nd grade for a year before taking over the in-school field trip company that I currently own. During the pandemic, I paused my company and returned to the classroom to teach middle school and high school science and economics. Yes, I met all of the actors and writers from The Office after I created The Office and The Office Tours in Scranton. There's a little typo there. It should say Office Tours in Scranton. I met Steve Carell, John Krasinski, Jenna Fisher, Mindy Kaling, Greg Daniels, and many others. A fun fact about Greg Daniels, Greg Daniels is the executive producer of The Office, the TV show. And when I met him in Scranton, Pennsylvania, I I was very nervous. I spoke with him, and then Kate Flannery came up to me afterward, and she said, "Andrea, I have to tell you, Greg Daniel was really impressed by you, and he's not impressed by anyone." That made me so nervous that this huge guy and who's really well known and super famous and insanely talented and very successful, I just became so nervous that he was impressed by me that I avoided him for the rest of the night. And I hope he didn't notice I was avoiding him. I'm sure he would have thought it was funny, but I was afraid I would say something silly and make a fool of myself after the good impression. So I thought, let me let that good impression just sit. My partner, he is a musician, and he plays piano, electric keyboard professionally, and also works with me on STEAM City Kids. I have 2 doggies, Casey and Ella. And yes, I love children, but no children yet. I have an adorable nephew, Dominic, and I do not have a favorite color. I love all colors. My hair turned blue after eating too many blueberry smoothies. It was just cut recently, so now it's shorter and back to brown. And here are just a few pictures of here's my Dougie. This is Casey. This is Ella. And that's Dominic. Okay. And that first one was Bosco. That's my boyfriend. So this is STEM, first of all, what is STEM? Now, you may have heard of STEM, you may have not, but this is a huge part of my career, and it may be something that you might be interested in specializing as well when you start your career. So let's learn about STEM. It is science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, the A, because my company is STEAM, City Kids, the A is added into STEAM. So what does then that additional A stand for? Well, I believe it stands for music. I think it encompasses all of these things: art, writing, reading, and performance. So I really believe that that A in STEAM adds ELA and art. Some people just think it adds art, visual arts, but I really, really think that, and I truly believe that that A also stands for reading and writing as well. So as I'm expanding my services next year, I'm going to be adding a lot more of reading and writing into our programs to add more value for our teachers and for our students. Now, an entrepreneurial mindset. So what I would like all of you to do is I'm going to start off by talking about the entrepreneurial mindset just a little bit. I'm going to give you a few examples of some young female entrepreneurs, because I work with young female teens and young women, and oh, excuse me, as I said, I'm getting over being sick. So let's get started. An entrepreneur is someone who does not work for someone else. You are the one who comes up with the idea. And once you come up with that idea, you then create a business around that idea. So you can create a business that is either a product or service. A product is something that is tangible, something you can touch, hold, eat, sit on, like a chair, maybe some type of dessert product, a drink. And maybe it's a video game. A product could also be something that's virtual that you download, or maybe you come up with an idea for a service. My company is a service I provide in school field trips. A service could also be massages, cutting hair, doctor's appointments. Those are services as well. And that idea, there's so much involved when you are starting your own venture, your own business. So you need to study, learn a lot. So if you are really interested in entrepreneurship, being your own business owner, starting something, being innovative when you get older, make sure that you are really focusing in school with your teachers, you're paying attention with your teachers, and you're really trying your best with each creative project that you are assigned as well. And basically you take that idea and you just keep working on it. You make it more creative, you keep working on it, you make it bigger, you continue to develop it, you continue, and you create something called a business plan. Now, this is a cool visual of the chaos when you are developing a business plan. And then sometimes you have other people who are working with you as well, and they join your team and you have to manage them. But they do help you along the way, and they help to develop your idea even further. So as an entrepreneur, you may juggle many tasks. It's popular to say that entrepreneurs wear many hats. All these, and these are examples of all the jobs that I do behind the scenes. So first, one of my job positions is a STEM presentation consultant for university science departments. And so what I do is I work with one university currently, and I plan on expanding that in the future. And this university is in New Orleans, and I work directly with the science department. Now, the science department, they have all these scientists within the university, and they would like to they're beginning an outreach program where they want their scientists on campus to reach out to local students and provide in-school field trip type of services. So basically exactly what I do. Now, currently in the market, there's nothing that exists right now as far as teaching scientists who are at a university. There's nothing, no textbooks, no videos, nothing, no curriculum that teaches scientists how to engage with you guys, with your age group. And scientists, they tend to be very intellectual, incredibly intelligent, but when you're speaking to children, you have to change the way that you speak, change the way that you present. So here's what I do with university. I develop lesson plans, teach virtual classes, present workshops, communicate with PhD facilitators. So basically everyone who works at the university within this department, I'm working with them. And the main woman who is developing this program at the university, I'm in very close contact with her. And I also modify presentation trainings for scientists. When I am training someone who is very comfortable working with children, I train them a certain way because they already know some things when they work with students. But someone who is a scientist who has never worked with children before, I have to change the way that I train them. And also, this is very exciting, but coming up in the next few years, working on writing content for a textbook that is going to be used at the university level, which I'm so excited about. I am a super huge nerd. I love writing, I love reading, and I'm obsessed with creating curriculum. So if you are a fellow nerd and you like to write and read a lot, then that's awesome. And if you basically, we're all nerds in our own way. A nerd just basically means that you have a special interest in something and you love it so much. So on to the second, my second job title, entrepreneurship teacher and coach. So I create lesson plans, teach virtual classes, very similar things to what your teachers in school would do. I also offer private coaching sessions, weekly newsletters. I review and grade assignments, provide feedback on projects, and also communicate with students, club leaders, and parents. My final position, my main job really is being an entrepreneur in STEM education enrichment and also a STEM presenter. So this is my main company. It's what I do daily. And this is also going to have the longest list as well. So daily presentations. I also provide customer service, website design and maintenance, website copywriting, social media, curriculum development, hiring and firing staff. That's not always fun. Actually, it's never fun to fire anyone. But when you're an adult and you own your own company, it's something that you have to do. I train new staff. I work on financial planning, business development, accounting, accounts receivables, accounts payables, franchise development, testing products for presentations, grant writing, networking, new program development, podcast writing, recording and editing, and author college textbook and children's books. There's actually a few more here, but I thought this list was long enough. So basically, just as your teachers have, when you see your teachers every day and they are engaging with you and they're teaching you a lesson, there are a lot of hats that your teachers wear behind the scenes. And there are many, many items on their list as a teacher, so many things as a teacher. And many times their school day and their job extends beyond the classroom. So that moment that they see you, they're preparing a lot of information ahead of time. They're doing a lot of work at home, grading your papers, grading your projects. They are communicating with your parents. They're having meetings with their team members, meetings with administration. They are, oh my goodness, trainings, classes, research and development. There are so many things that your teachers are doing. So their list is also very, very long. So today, I would like each of you to please take a moment and thank your teacher because they have a lot of items on their list that they do for you as well. And oops, I'm not sure why this keeps highlighting every item on the list, but let me click through these quickly. Okay, so this time I want to actually brainstorm with all of you and start brainstorming with all of you. And I want you to start thinking about what would you do if you were an entrepreneur and you were creating a product within or a service within the STEM space. So every week I teach young women and teen girls about entrepreneurship. I do teach a few classes. I also provide coaching sessions. So let's check out a few young female entrepreneurs and their STEM-based products. This is our first one. This is Zolly Candy. I'm not sure if any of you have heard of this company before. Her founder is Elena. Her product is Zolly Pops. Now, whenever we learn about a product, we talk about the features and the benefits. So the features is the candy tastes great. There are multiple flavor choices. It's actually a healthy candy. It's sugar-free, vegan, tooth-friendly, dairy-free, gluten-free. The benefits are Zollipops help to improve kids' dental health. Have you ever heard of a lollipop that improves your dental health? I did not. before I heard about Lollipop. So maybe if you love candy, this could be a candy that your family members would be really comfortable buying for you because it actually helps you. Now, unique story. Elena was 7 years old when she first thought of the idea for her product and launched the company at age 13. 13 years old. Maybe some of you are 13 or just a little younger than that, maybe a touch older. She's now the CEO of a $6 million candy company that ships products around the world. So I really hope that that inspires you, that it does not matter how old you are, you, with your creative mind and your drive, your innovation, you can accomplish so much at any age. And this is, and I liked this picture because this is when Elena first started at 7 years old experimenting. And this is why this qualifies as a STEM product, because as you notice, she is measuring something. Those are math skills. Also, chemistry as well. There's a chemistry that's involved when you're trying to develop any type of food product or beverage. So she's really hitting two of these STEM components. She's hitting science, she's hitting math, oh, actually, and engineering as well. And she may also use technology for her company. So really, she's hitting all of these STEM components. So I wanted to really also highlight the fact that usually whenever we think of STEM, we think of robots and 3D printers and satellites in space, rovers on Mars, creating a moon base on the moon, the International Space Station. We tend to think of all of that just being STEM, but there are so many other things, so many other industries, products, services, everything around us that also are underneath that STEM umbrella. And this is a perfect example. This is candy. You wouldn't normally think that candy is STEM, but it is. She's using chemistry, she's using math, and she's also engineering a product. Let's take a look at another example. This is, we went too far here. Let's go back. This is Gabrielle Goodwin, and she created Gabby's Bows. So again, you might think, how is this a STEM product? How is this a STEM entrepreneur? Let's find out. So the founder is Gabrielle Goodwin. Her her product is a hair bow barrette. The features are double-faced, double snap barrette, and different colors. Benefits are the bows always stay in your hair. Unique story. Gabrielle's mom posted on Twitter about feeling frustrated with bows always falling out of her daughter's hair. At 5 years old, Gabby knew they could find a solution and asked her mom every day, when are we gonna make my bows? At 7 years old, the young entrepreneur patented the first double tap, double snap barrette. And this is really cool. Let me show you some pictures. This is the picture here. And you might be wondering, how is this STEM? Well, engineering, my friend, whenever you are designing a product, you're designing something, you're constructing something, that is engineering. And the unique genius of this product is that instead of it just snapping on one side, it's double snap barrette. That's engineering. They had to create and design a product. So even though it's something in the beauty industry with hair care, that could still be engineering. Also, perfumes, makeup, that is chemistry. And so there's so many things within the beauty industry as well that are based in STEM. Gabby also wrote a book, which is wonderful. Now, this may not be considered STEM. This would be part of the ELA section, but everything is blended together, which is wonderful. And that is something as you get older, each subject that we learn at school, math, reading, writing, and engineering, social studies, every single subject that you learn, we normally learn them separately in school. But as you get older, those subjects blend together when you have your career. So if you have an interest in social studies and math, or math and science, chances are you'll be able to blend those two subjects together, or maybe all of the subjects together. That's why it's so important when you're learning in school to make sure that you're listening to your teachers and you are really absorbing and trying your best in every single subject, because right now at this age, you might not be sure of what you want to do when you get older. And also chances are you're going to be blending some of those subjects together, if not all of those subjects together for your career. Okay, let's take a look at Lily Bourne. Now, she created this really cool product called a kangaroo. Oh my goodness, it says clip. I'm sorry, that's a typo. Let's fix that. But let's keep talking as I fix this. It is called the kangaroo cup, not the kangaroo clip. The clip was on the last page. And when Lily was 8 years old, she noticed her grandfather, who has Parkinson's disease, was often spilling his drinks due to his condition. Using moldable plastic, she made a plastic cup that didn't tip and was comfortable to hold. A year later, she made a ceramic version of the same cup for her father so he could avoid coffee spill disasters on his computer. After more innovation, the Kangaroo Cup is the main product of Lily's company, Imageru. I think that's how you pronounce it, Imageru. And here are a few pictures of Lily when she was 8 years old, designing this cup. That's her grandfather who has Parkinson's disease. Now, if his body is shaking, then it's very difficult for him to hold a cup and not spill. But this design ensures that he will not spill. And I took this directly off her website now. This is the actual cup that she sells on her website. Okay, friends, now it is your turn. You are the entrepreneur. So I want you to think about what product or service would you come up with within the STEM field? Would you create a robot? Or maybe you would come up with a special type of lotion that doesn't itch. Maybe your skin gets itchy with a shampoo or lotion. So you're going to think about some chemistry and science and figure out a special formula so you have a special lotion or fragrance that doesn't itch so much. Maybe you want to create some type of 3D printer, a 3D printer that prints out different products for someone. You can also the ideas are endless. We had some great examples here. Maybe you want to create a food product. Any type of food product that's involved with science, because number one, you got some type of machine helping you to create that food product, no matter what it is. Well, any machine, that's technology. And if you are developing a new machine to help you create a product, well, that is engineering as well. If you want to create an app or some type of special computer video game, that's going to be technology, engineering, maybe some math involved as well. So just start thinking about what is something that you might want to create in the future. Think of that first. What do you love? What are you passionate about? And what really interests you? You might think like, oh, I really like to do this. Then figure out, is it a product or a service? So if you would like, I have some printouts and it will help you to learn about what is a product, what is a service, so you may define your idea. So again, what would you create as a STEM entrepreneur? I would love to hear your ideas. If you have any illustrations of your work, please feel free to email me. I guess I don't have my email here, but if I guess if your teachers would like to email me any of your ideas, I would love to see them. So my email address, you can email me at steamcitykids@gmail.com. That's steamcitykids@gmail.com, and kids is plural. And if you have any ideas you want to share with me, also, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask about entrepreneurship or being a STEM entrepreneur, I'm also happy to answer that as well. I know the field of entrepreneurship, there's not a lot in your textbooks and books when you're in elementary school. So please feel free, teachers feel free to ask me any questions about that, about finance, about anything, running a business. And so yeah, have a wonderful day. I am thrilled that I could at least be here virtually for your career day. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and all the rest of your speakers, and have fun creating your STEM business as you brainstorm and you get in the mindset of being a STEM entrepreneur. And remember, is your idea a product or a service? And I'd love to hear about it. Okay, everyone, have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye.